get on my chest. I'm glad I didn't start talking. For real, for real. I mean, I was talking a little bit. All right, we good? We good? Levels is good? We good? We the levels is good? We good? We levels is good? Yeah. Levels good? Hold on. Huh? I don't like the way it's. All right. We good? All right, let's go. Levels good. Yeah, levels good. Yeah. What? Levels good. Yeah. Levels good. Yeah. Levels good. Power Monday. Yeah. Levels good. What? Levels. Yo, I hope y'all day was good today. And I hope I can make it a little better. Even if it was good. And if it was bad, we're gonna get it right. Yeah. I'ma let it rock just like that. Yeah. Power Monday, first day of the week. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Monday is when kings are made. Kings and queens, baby. Most jobs, most careers start on a Monday. So you just remember that when you be dreading getting up in the morning from Sunday night. Speaking of Sunday night, don't blame Monday morning for Sunday night's ills. Yeah, because you know, most things that drag on Monday morning happen Sunday night. Yeah, what? Yeah, so we're gonna have this conversation tonight. Some crazy things happen today on this Monday. Sad things. R.I.P. Malcolm Jamal Warner. I ain't gonna lie. That one hit home for me. And that's whether you watch the Cosby Show or not. But if you did, then I know you felt that. I know I felt that. So I want to say rest in peace, MJW and your family. Yeah. A drowning accident, come on, man. But we're gonna work it out. Other things going on in the news we're gonna talk about. And if y'all have some random topics that y'all want to talk about tonight, we can talk about them tonight. Yeah. And Malik done laugh in the house. Maybe not. T-Cab right. Yeah. Morning, noon, and night. Somebody else there. The screen is too far away for me to hear. But I got you. Thanks for coming on through. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Word. Yeah. Word. Yeah. Yo. Daily go get a mism. Yeah. Marissa Allberg. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily. It's the daily go-getter-mism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it whiz? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We talk about some random topics tonight. Monday has come and gone, but we still talk about Monday because it was on word. And we gonna get into it. This thing is gonna flow. Yeah, sort of like fluid, but nobody's gonna get all wet. Put away your umbrellas, you and the fellas. Word. Everything is gonna turn out fine because I do this thing at 2 a.m. Not denied. What? And I'm glad that y'all came through, and you gonna be happy that you did that shit too. And I make sure that I guarantee that anytime you come on and turn on me, you gonna make sure that you feel that thing, feel it in your bones, right there in the zone. But everything is gonna turn out right. Yeah, you know we do this thing each and every weeknight, and on the weekends too. No days off, no vacation, no none of that stuff. No, a PTO. Understand what I'm saying? Yo, we do this thing with the quickness. Ain't no delaying the plan. No, I'm gonna make sure that you see that this is the place to. What up, y'all? So, we have some random topics that we're talking about tonight, and like I said, I'm gonna give y'all a chance to interject anything that y'all want to talk about tonight. But we do have some definitive, concrete topics that we're going to touch on tonight. So let's get into it. I'm gonna put away my hardware, and then we're gonna get busy. We're about to get busified. So, what are we going to talk about first? Well, I thought about that. I think first, what we're going to talk about. You know what? I want to get the most disturbing news out of the way. So I'm going to talk about the drowning death of Malcolm Jamal Warner. Like, what? I don't know, man. I don't know about y'all, but yo, that shocked the hell out of me. Theo went out, and I don't know, man. I don't know about y'all, but I felt that in my soul. Like, you know how when you get news of a celebrity's death, you know, you always want it to not be true, but if it is, it is. What up, Jake Young W? Thanks for coming through. And oh, no wonder I couldn't read that name. I don't know what that says. I don't know what it says at all. What up, Marissa Allberg? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you, man. You already know. But yeah, the death of Malcolm Jamal Warner. Like, you know, imagine going on vacation with your family, you know, your kids, I don't know, your wife, significant other, whatever. You know, you going out of the country, Costa Rica, you know, to have a good time. Now, I don't know all of the details surrounding his demise. I don't know if he was just swimming in the ocean or, you know, jet skiing, some other type of water sporting activity or whatever. I'm not sure. But I do know that they said that he was caught by an undercurrent. Now, you know, anybody who can swim and who has ever swam in open waters knows that this is an issue. And you really have to be careful when it comes to, you know, currents and tides and things like that, because if you aren't an experienced swimmer, let's say you can swim, but you're not a confident swimmer. You know, the type of person that may have said, you know how people, like kids used to say, I can swim in 5 feet, but I can't swim in 10 feet. Which really meant that they couldn't swim. You understand what I mean? Because if you can swim and you're a good swimmer, it doesn't matter what the foot or size of the body of water that you swim in. But the current sort of subtracts all of that away from the equation. Because if you swim in open waters, whether it's a really, busy river or a lake or the ocean, the undercurrent, like, the water on the bottom, like, take your legs up out of you and it can pull you down. And if you aren't first of all, there are two ways that this can happen. Normally when you hold your breath, you take a good inhale so you can expel air and last a little bit longer. You don't want to risk losing oxygen to your brain. Now, suppose you were taken out while you already exhaled. You fully exhaled and then you get taken underwater. That's an easy way to drown, because you can blow air out if you have inhaled before you went under, but you don't have any choices when you've already exhaled and you need to take a breath. So, you can really, really speed up the process of drowning, because the water fills up your lungs, and it's pretty much a wrap after that. After the water fills up your lungs, then it's pretty much a wrap. And I'm wondering if that's what happened to Malcolm Jamal Warner. I don't know. I grew up watching the Cosby Show, and when the Cosby Show came on, I was 14 years old. It came on. It started in 1984. In the fall of 1984, when TV was TV, and Malcolm Jamal Warner was a very believable character. He was in the age that he actually was. So he was like in his first year of high school. So it made sense. It made sense that he was playing a freshman in high school, going through little black teenager stuff, rapping, singing, dressing fly, things that we all of the kids around my way could relate to him, because the Cosby Show was a hit show. Everybody watched it. It looked like, no matter whether you were black or white or anything, everybody watched the Cosby Show. It was the number one show. So we got to know Theo. We got to know Malcolm Jamal Warner. And he was one of the characters that stayed on the show until the show was over. Now, a lot of other characters on the show can't say that they lasted through the entire time of the show. So we kind of watched him grow up. And then when he was on TV at other times, like when he had the show, what was the show he had Malcolm and Eddie? That was a good show. And we got to see the adult Malcolm Jamal Warner. So it was, like, he was a recognizable character. But for many of us, he will always was Theo. And Bill Cosby had modeled Theo after in the image of his real life son, whose name was Ennis. Bill Cosby's real life son was named Ennis. And he sort of made Theo the prototype of his dealings that he had with his own son, who he loved very much. And he only had one son. And, as you may know, Bill Cosby's son tragically was killed on the side of the highway while fixing a flat tire, and somebody came and murdered him. A lot of speculation about that or whatever. But imagine going on vacation with your family and you don't make it home. An event like that is probably going to live with them for the rest of their lives. It's probably going to live with them for the rest of their lives. So, my heart really goes out to them. Get out of here. So what up, Cheryl Halsey? What's good? And even Evan just chilling. Not gonna honor your request, Evan. Sorry. Wrong time, wrong place, my dude. But it's all good. Marissa said, I thought I was hurt when Michael Jackson passed, but for Malcolm Jamal, for Malcolm, it hurts and should never have been. It hurt like this. True. Because it's like, how about, is it just me, or are there some celebrities out there that you kind of know aren't going to make it? Even if they're younger. Maybe it could be the lifestyle that they've led, maybe the image that they've portrayed in the media at certain times. But you kind of feel it that they probably ain't going to be long for this world. That's how I felt about DMX. When DMX passed in 2021, DMX made it to 50 years old. And see, that hit me hard too, because, you got 70s babies, and then you have 70 baby. DMX was a 1970 baby. Malcolm Jamal Warner is a 1970 baby. My brother Troy McNeil is a 1970 baby. I am a 1970 baby. We kicked that decade off. So it hurts a little different when I see one of my peers go. And Malcolm's birthday is 6 days away from me. So my birthday is on August 12th. His birthday is August 18th. So he literally died almost 1 month before his 55th birthday. So he's not going to make it to be 55. And I hate to say it, but you hear about somebody like Malcolm Jamal Warner passing, and other people that I know, I've known who have passed, somewhat recently, whether it was this year, last year, a couple of years ago, maybe sick now. Shout out to any and everybody out there who, shout out to any and everybody out there that has somebody that they kind of waiting to get the phone call from. Shout out to any and everybody out there that's sort of waiting to get the phone call. You hate to get that call, and you've gotten that call before, but you know how it is when you have loved ones who are not in good health, and that wasn't Malcolm Jamal Warner. No illnesses that I'm aware of, but to die in a drowning accident, and I'm like, drowning? Who drowns? Like, come on, that's crazy. That's crazy. But Theo was one of ours. He was one of us. Ironclad, stone cold 1970 baby. So when I got the news of that today, I was like, you know how you hope it's one of those internet hoaxes, because they always killing somebody on the internet. So I looked it up and I saw Wikipedia, and it didn't have nothing about no death, but it was fresh. He just passed. So it was like, oh man. So I don't know, man. That shit hurt. That's all I can say. That shit hurt. My My prayers, my thoughts, my condolences go out to his family, and not just his family. Anybody and everybody who enjoyed watching Theo on Cosby Show. Because trust me, man, people feel this shit. You know, it's something about somebody who dies tragically, who didn't hurt nobody, who didn't get on people's nerves, who wasn't known to be an asshole. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean. Tridoy. He said this one goes out to brother better known as Sun 752. Peace, my brother. Peace to you, my dude. Peace to you. Seika Sala, my dude. What's good? He says, crazy saw my t-shirt of Theo with his image of the Gordon Gartrell. Everybody remembers that episode, the Gordon Gartrell episode. The Gordon Gartrell. That shit crazy.
You have a call from.
All right, hold on, Troy. Stand down for a minute. And make sure we don't hear that. You know what I mean? I heard something. But yeah, the Gordon Gartrell episode. Now, even though I never had a sister who tried to make me a shirt, I have had family members who fucked up a shirt that I really wanted. And so, yo, I felt him on that episode. That shit was crazy. That shirt was off the chain. And not in a good way. But hey, he trusted his sister. She said she could do it. And you know, he was mad at her, but he forgave her in the same episode. It was like, don't worry about it, Denise. You know what I mean? Like, he gave her props for trying. Like, I know you was trying to look out and not make me have to spend all this money for this shirt. But yo, you did bad, sis. You fucked up. You fucked up bad, ma. But yeah, I felt that. I did. I felt that. I remember I had a Benetton rugby shirt. Benetton. I'm not even sure if you pronounce it that way. But, you know, some people call it Benetton. Some people call it Benetton. New York, they call it Benetton. Benetton. Yeah, I got the fresh Benetton. Well, I had the fresh Benetton. White one with the blue band that said Benetton on it. I got it where? From the Benetton store. Where? Downtown. Got me a fresh Benetton. Couldn't tell me nothing. Guess jeans and my fresh Benetton. Well, the shirt was white. The band on for the logo and all of that was blue. So my mom washed the shirt. And some other things that she had in the wash bled onto my shirt. And I was like, Mom, you messed up my shirt. Oh my God, you killed my Benetton, not the Benetton. So my mom was like, boy, look, don't worry about it. I'll buy you another shirt. I was like, but you messed up this shirt and blah, blah, blah. So I didn't want my mom to have to buy another shirt. And I mean, I was spoiled, but I wasn't no brat. And I wasn't never one to keep tapping the well. You know what I mean? I respected the fact that my mom went to work, she made her money, and she did the best that she could. So I wasn't never one that was bitching, whatever. And I worked. I bought the Benetton with my money. And that was kind of like the reason that it hurt. So anyway, I had this bright idea. You know what? I'm going to get the stuff off the Benetton, off the white part of the Benetton, which was most of the shirt. I said, I'm going to bleach it. Bleach makes everything white, right? I literally became Theo. So somebody had told me that for the bleach to really work, you gotta heat up the bleach. Make a long story short, I heated up the bleach in one of my mom's pots. So when somebody was eating bleach, whoever came behind me was eating bleach. They was tasting the chlorine. Anyway, I poured that shit on my Benetton shirt and the shit ripped to shreds.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to.
Yep, and it did. It did. So guess what? My mom wasn't the bad guy no more. At least her part was fixable. I finished that shirt off. It was been done after that. It was been done. Carla, what's going on, Carla? And L.A. Iverson says, what up, bro? I'm fresh out. They found my 8-ball and weed stash. Oh my God. Damn, you serious? Glad to be back in the free world and seeing you again. I'm glad you here to be seen. And I'm glad that you here, my dude. Yeah, man, you gotta be careful, son. You gotta be careful. Yeah. So, Marissa Allberg says, my dad passed 2 years ago. And the same way that Malcolm passed in Florida, no tear came out of my eye. Ooh. Oh. Damn, Rock Hard Abs, what up? Thanks for the super chat. Absolutely, says just support. You said something that helped me a while back. Well, damn. Well, whatever it was that I said that helped, I'm glad it helped. And peace to you. Much blessings and thank you. A million. So Carla says you tore up your own Benetton. Yo, that thing was done. So anyway, yeah. I boiled it. I didn't just heat up the bleach, I boiled it. What did I think was gonna happen? When I saw the shirt just disintegrate like it was acid, I was like, when I put it in the garbage, it was like, and the thing is, because I was so obsessed with being fly, once I got my little job, I was unstoppable. So did I go get another Benetton shirt? No. I said, I'm going to go get a polo. Polo is tried and true. This English garbage, that shit. Fuck that shit. What up, Wes? What's good? All right. L. Iverson says, free game goes a long way to those that listen. Man, you ain't never done lied, man. Facts on facts. What up, Wes? What's good? Yeah, I fucked that shirt up. But yeah, so that Gordon Gartrell episode of the Cosby Show resonated with me hard. That Gordon Gartrell episode resonated hard. Yo, Erhan, nobody's gonna read your comment out loud, dog. No, sorry, Aaron, or whatever your name is. Nobody's gonna read that. You tried that the other day. Fail, dog. It's gonna fail. Fail your face. My man Troy Diesel. What's good? Things coming on through.
Where that shout out came from?
Well, who?
The Big Daddy Kane. This one goes out to my man better known as AJ Fresh.
Peace, my brother. Okay, I got you. Shout out to the Philly rapper who beat him in a battle.
Yeah.
Well, it was disputed. It was disputable.
It was disputed, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, but he gave him work. He did enough to get that shout out, though, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I mean, so
the fucked up part is, I'm glad you knew about it.
Oh no, I heard it. I wasn't there, but I heard the battle. He caught Kane slipping. He caught Kane slipping, And Kane was doing some of the lyrics to some of his songs on the joint too. I was like, Kane cheating. You know what I mean? But that's
doing a battle.
Hey, that's cause AJ had him slipping. He had him in the hard bottoms. He had him on the hard bottoms on the ice. Like, yo, when I get some sneakers or some boots, I'm gonna get with you. But right now, I'm slip sliding away, baby. You know what I mean? I ain't showing for this rumble.
That's the truth, bro. Oh, my fault. What's going on, son? What's going on tonight? I need to sleep, bro.
Man, I'm feeling like a real man should, but I'm kind of feeling like a sad man should. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we lost one of our brothers. We can't say big brothers because he come from our generation, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 6 days older than him. He my little brother.
Yeah, he my little bro too.
Right? He your baby brother.
No, he was 54.
No, he your baby brother. If he my little brother and I'm only 6 days older than him, he your baby brother.
He our baby brother. And you my young boy. You my young boy, and he my young boy.
Yeah.
You know, both of y'all my young boys though, man. My little brothers, man.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? But it takes me out because, man, when I was looking on my phone on YouTube and I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Right?
You know what the first thing I went to? TMZ.
Oh yeah.
If this was TMZ, it happened.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I was like, that shit, man, it's still bothering me, man. It's almost equivalent to when Michael passed away, Luther passed away. You know, it's almost equivalent to that, but the difference is that he was one of us. Because he was our age, he was within our age bracket. The things he did on the show is the way we lived at times. Shit, today, I was looking at the Houdini video, Funky Beat.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was in the video.
He was definitely in that beat. In that video, yep.
And that shit, like, it's like, you know, that's you never know how he gonna bring you home, bro. You never know how that man.
Yo, man, you ain't never lied.
You never know how he gonna bring you home. Because regardless of anything that could have went on that yesterday or Sunday, he could have got out the water and they could have saved his life.
Yeah.
But it takes me out because what triggered in my mind is that he used to go with the girl Michelle Thomas, right?
Yeah, he did.
And what takes me out is that what triggered in my mind is that she seen him at the Heavenly Gates and he ran to her like, I get to see my baby again.
Yeah,
you know.
He also was in a serious relationship with Regina King.
Oh yeah. So I mean, Regina King, she didn't need this right here because her son committed suicide years ago.
Yeah, I know about that.
So, I mean, it's debilitating. You know what fucked me up today? It came up on YouTube on my TV, and they had CNN came up and was talking about it. And do you know what this bastard did? Because he had brought somebody that an entertainment person on there, entertainment news person on there. This motherfucker, instead of talking about Theo or Malcolm Jamal Warner, he brings up Bill Cosby. And I'm like, that don't have nothing to do with this man passing away.
They can't help it. Low hanging fruit.
You know what I mean? That's exactly why, that's exactly why the news is never for us. It's always some other bullshit.
Fact.
It's like, you always sit there. This right here, this somber moment is about him, his career, his accolades, everything that he's done.
Yep.
This has nothing to do with Bill Cosby. If anything, people should be worried about Bill Cosby. Because this right there, he's up in his years, regardless about how you think about him and how anything. This situation right here, when a person that you looked at as your son, and he was your son on the show, but he also was like your son, you realize this could trigger an emotion or a situation where it can make you have a heart attack or anything like that?
Hold on a second.
You have a call from.
All right, go ahead, Troy.
You know, it can trigger that type of emotion. And instead of you sitting up here talking about Theo and Malcolm Jamal Warner, you talking about Bill Cosby and how he felt about Bill Cosby and this, that, and the other. You know. And the Gordon Gartrell shirt. You know, that was one of either, I think that was either a writer or a producer of the show.
Oh, okay.
That was his name.
All right. That's what. Okay.
Because I was looking at the closing credits of the show, and I was like, "Oh, that's what he." I was like, "Oh, that's Gordon Gartrell."
I never peeped that.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, you know, it's always something that's going to take over the news. But you know, it's even though he's gone, it's good to see people love him. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And nobody can say anything bad about him. Nobody can say that he was a bad child star at Hollywood. Nobody can say anything derogatory about this man, boy.
Not that I know of. No. He was free of scandal, that's for sure.
And he even protects his daughter and his wife from the media. Which is beautiful.
Yeah, it just fucked me up because I'm like, imagine going on vacation with your family and you don't make it back from vacation.
Yes.
I mean, will they ever look at vacation the same way?
Yes. That's almost similar to when them girls had a girl trip and the hairstylist girl, I don't know if she was from Texas.
I remember this shit, yeah.
Yeah.
But they took her out though.
Huh?
But they beat her up, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Them grimy ass Jones, you know what I mean?
No, don't call them Jones, call them bitches, man. They deserve that term.
All right, well, I mean, whatever. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Nonetheless,
man.
Nonetheless,
yes.
Yeah, that's a different situation.
Just the fact that then you gotta sit on that plane while his body is flown back to home with you, and he's not sitting by you.
And that's a good little ride. That's yo.
Woo.
Yeah, that ain't what's up.
Woo.
But I know some people. I went to school. I went to school with a girl who lost her husband in that way. I think they went to Jamaica. He had a heart attack. Died right there. And it's like she was posting the pictures of their vacation. So you see how she posted the pictures of them having fun the day before and the next day. Yeah. Wow. And that's the second husband she lost.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the second husband she lost.
Yeah, she I ain't gonna say like a Black Widow, but she's still standing. Yeah. I'm just saying. Oh wow, Carla says it was said lots of people passed in that same lake. It's really sad. So it's one of them. So it's one of them Bermuda Triangle type lakes and shit. You know what I mean? Like, stay on land, man. Don't swim in that shit. You know what I mean? Don't fall off your jet ski. Don't do nothing. I don't know. That shit crazy. What up, Kim? What's good?
Hey, everybody. Hey.
How you feeling?
Hey, Joe.
How are you guys? Hey, Troy.
What's going on?
Just, this news of Malcolm Jamal kind of shook me a little. Every time I hear of someone who's close to my age leaving this space, it always rattles me a little bit because, we never had to think about that before, but it's like 40 hit and then it starts happening, and then 45 and then more than 50. It's like, something's happening here. And you hear about it more and more, and it just kind of, especially when it's people I grew up watching or listening to, or, celebrities I was familiar with, and even friends. You know, it's just kind of it's a little disheartening, a little shocking, and of course it's sad at this loss. But one thing I was saying to my friend earlier today, I was like, you know, we never really heard about him in the news, so that's a good thing. Like, he didn't leave here.
The same thing, so.
Yeah, you didn't hear a bunch of negative stuff about him. He was a good actor. He played his roles very well. I know I loved him when he was in, even though it was just for a small, short part, repeated part when he was on 911, and it was happy to see him, and he played that part very well. And it just was, it just felt good that he was not the person who carried a bunch of negativity with him. Like you were saying, Troy, we were discussing that too. He did a great job of keeping his family out of the public eye. You know, he really did a good job of protecting his loved ones. And like I said, you never heard anything. You didn't hear about infidelity. I mean, it was just a brief moment where they tried to make a rumor with he and Regina Bell, but you see that didn't land well.
Regina Bell?
You mean Regina King?
Regina King, sorry.
Oh, I was
Regina
what the hell?
King. Yeah, I meant to say Regina King.
I was ready to make it like it was.
Yeah, they tried to, but it didn't
I was about
work.
to say this love.
You stupid. You know I'm going to throw some songs out there as soon as you bring up a singer. You know that, right, Kevin?
I thought, you know, after love has lost its shine, you know what I mean? I don't know. But anyway,
After love is lost its shine.
that was my favorite song. This is love after love. Anyway, so yeah, go ahead, finish what you were saying, Kim, about, you know.
I was just saying, you know, I had to catch myself earlier because I let the words slip out, and I wish I hadn't even thought them, but I was like, here goes another person and not the right person. And then I had to take it all back because I'm like, that's probably not what I should say. But I sure was thinking it like, damn, this man didn't have rumors. He protected his family like he should. Then we got this other, well, that's it. I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah. Well, did he pass on Monday or Sunday?
Sunday.
I think it was Sunday.
So they did they just recover his body on Monday?
No, they just reported it on Monday.
Ain't that about
they
a bitch?
reported it on Monday. Well, I think it came out to the public on Monday.
That's wild.
You know, I honestly think that they didn't want to report it, but the family might didn't want to report it on this time, and I think that the authorities reported it instead.
What the illest part of that is the Saturday Leo horoscope. It said, "Yo, be careful driving. You could get into an accident, some shit like that, you know, or you could get a ticket or something like." It was like some kind of warning.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, Saturday, Sunday. All right. I don't know. You know,
did you take heed to it?
I didn't drive nowhere, but yeah, I did take heed to it.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? I resent, you know what you trying to say. You know what I mean? Because I know where you going with that. You know, and yeah, I did take heed to it. I'm a very careful driver, even at 100 miles per hour. Or should I say, especially at 100 miles per hour. But yeah, this I consider this to have affected everybody, and probably all the Gen Zs can feel this. You know what I mean? I'm not Gen Z, Gen X. You know what I mean? All the Gen Xers can feel this shit. Like, I was literally saying, like, he was one of us. Like, this is crazy. This is
in the fucked up part. he was on the same level as New Edition when I was growing up because I couldn't stand none of the asses. They was always getting the girls off the TV. They was on TV and the girls liked them around 8 o'clock. But then at 9 o'clock, they was back on talking to us again.
Well, you know what?
Hey,
I think that's the reason I like New Edition and the reason that I like Malcolm Jamal. Now I ain't gonna front. I did hate on New Edition when I was younger. I was like, yo, these some regular looking dudes to be getting chicks like this. You know what I mean?
Listen, I ain't want to judge it no motherfucker, but Michael Bivins and that mouth.
I mean, to me, all of them. But I do recognize that I was just hating on them. You know what I mean? But at least they was going after what I was going after. You know what I'm saying? And you know, as I started getting in my older teens and like, you know, my 20s, I couldn't be prouder of a group because they was us. You know what I mean? They was us, literally. But I never hated on Malcolm Jamal Warner. I never not liked him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't dislike him either, but I wasn't like, oh, he's so cute. It wasn't like that. He just felt like brotherish to me. Like, he wasn't somebody I looked at like, oh, let me get a poster or nothing like that. He was just like, oh, just like a brother or something. That's what it felt like. It wasn't like a crush or anything like that.
Every now and then.
As an adult, I didn't look at him like, ooh, he's a sex symbol. It was just like, oh, my brother grew up. You know, that's how it kind of felt, how it felt.
Hold on. Carla in the comments says, don't be hating on New Edition. I ain't gonna front. From age, no, I liked them when they first came out. So I was 12 when they first came out. I liked them then. But I would say from about 14 to about 19, I was hating. But in my 20s, I was like, yo, this is the greatest group that, you know, once they, hold on, I was like, ho. New Edition didn't have songs that I didn't like. I might have been hating on them, but them motherfuckers had the formula. You know what I'm saying? Even when I tried to hate, I was like, hey, this cooling down shit. This shit is whack. Like, come on, dog. This so dope. That shit's dope.
Mama told me one day it was going to happen, but she never told me when.
But see,
Don't do this shit. Don't do this.
I was too young to hate on them then. But like I said, where I was going with it was once they started bringing groups in to overshadow them while stealing they shit, like the New Kids on the Block, you know what I mean, and groups like that. Then I was like, oh, hold the fuck up, wait a goddamn minute. I was like, no, you ain't gonna be doing New Edition like this. And I knew they wasn't getting paid, so I was like, this is fucked up. New Kids on the Block, they had dolls and shit. I'm like, who managing New Edition? Why they ain't got no dolls? Why don't have no TV show? Why ain't got no New Edition cartoon? You mean to tell me Kid and Play can get a cartoon?
You fucking right. Hola, hey, roll.
They shit was whack. But New Edition should have had it there.
Sit back and tell me you ain't like no Kid and Play, son.
Even if I liked them, they was whack. They was ass. I ain't like all that happy shit. That shit was getting on my fucking nerves. Yeah, they could dance well and all that, but they stopped making.
You just want to walk around being angry?
No, but I mean, you know, you gotta understand. I've always been in the lyrics, and they was not kicking that shit. You know what I mean? So I wasn't when I was younger. I wasn't going for all of that dancing shit unless you was spitting them lyrics. That's why that's why I could mess with Kane and cats like that. But I'm like, no.
Well, back in my skinny days, I was quite the dancer. You see me doing on the comedy stage.
That's cool, cause so was I. You know what I mean? I used to win competitions and all of that shit. I don't care. With my rappers, I don't need you to dance. I need you to spit that heat. And Kid and Play wasn't eligible to do that. Now they had a lot of anthems, you know what I mean? Like you said, the Ola, eh, but I was so far over them by the time they got to that. Yeah, I was through with them. Yeah, my Kid and Play was Last Night Had It All, Last Night, And come on, baby.
My way.
Come on, yeah, my way. Yeah. After that, I was like, all right, they doing too much.
Getting funky and all that.
Yeah. They after that, they was doing too much for me. But it's all good. It's all good. All right. Sure, Halsey says no words today for that pain. I hear you. Word. And Carla says new kids on the block had T-shirts and all types of They management was on it. I was like,
but you do know that was the same management.
I know. I was like, but it ain't look like he was jerking them.
No.
His name was something Star.
Yeah, Maurice Star.
Maurice Star. Yeah. Carla said back then a good dancing man was sexy. That's true.
Here I go, Carla. Here I go. I'm rapping right now.
But are you telling me? Are you telling me that Kid and Play was sexy though? I mean, no, not you.
They were not.
Not you. I'm talking about Carla. Like, slow down.
No, they were not.
You know, you like some play. I mean, some kids. You know, especially if he was singing "Gangster."
Who you talking about?
Kills.
Oh,
What did not?
I don't know if you know, but Kid and Play actually started out as a group called Fresh Force. They wasn't Kid and Play. I remember they had this song called, it was like remember that song, Ooh, Rock Me Amadeus. Ooh, rock. And they had a song called Shout. And it was like a parody sort of the Amadeus ilk. It was ass. It was really, really ass. So to see them become Kid and Play, it was like, oh, okay. All right. Now I didn't realize that was them until way later. But I remember that group Fresh Force. Fresh Force. Where you going with a name like that? But anyway, other things that are in the news. So Donald Trump released the MLK files. Yeah, he released the second part of the MLK files. Like, look, I know y'all want this Epstein shit, but fuck that. We're gonna give y'all MLK, we're gonna give y'all JFK. We're gonna empty everything out of the cereal box, the prize and everything.
We're gonna start with K.
Yo, how many of y'all was waiting for the MLK files?
Nah, I wasn't. I didn't want, no. Let him rest in peace.
Yo, even MLK daughter was like, oh, so you want to release release the files on my dad? When you gonna release the Epstein files? She said, when you gonna release the Epstein files though, dog?
You know, at some point in time, you know what other files he gonna release? The Rockwood files.
Yo, with the Camaro. He going, like, what was in the Camaro? You go in the trunk of the Camaro.
Well, look for James Garner and everything.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this boy?
He released the Rockwood files. You know, you should write to him, say, yo, fuck all that bullshit. Release the Rockwood files. then release the nail file.
Every file except for the pedophile.
You know what I mean? Oh shit! Every file but the pedophile. Yo, this motherfucker not getting out of this shit. They not backing down.
Oh, hold up. Did you hear about Tulsi Gabbard? What's her name? Well, let's just call her Big Gabbard.
Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah.
You heard that they sent paperwork over to the DOJ to look into Barack Obama?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Did you see the dumbass videos he had created where he put Barack Obama down on his knees in the White House? and had him like he was arrested, and then had him walking around in a orange prison jumpsuit, walking around in a jail cell. Did you guys see those videos?
I've seen it. I've seen one of them.
Fucking disgusting.
You know. I think he has somebody on his pages doing that because he's not smart enough to design.
He does. Yeah, he's not smart enough to do it. He has someone who's creating them.
Oh, he know how to draw. He know how to draw. He know how to draw. He sold some of his he draws like
Well, those are
like
not drawings. Those are drawings. That was AI.
This was on the computer.
Oh.
Yeah, these are AI. These are artificially intelligent creators.
Yeah, he didn't even know what AI was. He honestly thought it was our life.
Well,
he thought it was A1.
Now, did y'all hear about the interview by Luther Campbell, Uncle Luke?
no.
Uncle Luke.
What is he doing?
Uncle Luke said back in the day, Donald Trump had invited him, Mike Tyson, and some other athletes. He liked famous black people, so he had invited them to his spot. I don't know if it was Mar-a-Lago or whatever, but anyway, make a long story short. When Luke got there, because they told him the girl's gonna be there, and he said that the chicks was walking around naked, and he said he was like, this is my speed, but he said some of these chicks don't look. He said these chicks don't look of age. He said I had to get on up out of there because I'm not getting locked up, over no young John, no pedophile, you know what I mean? No crazy shit like that. He said, but it was like that. He said, ain't no way that all of those girls was of age. And this is Uncle Luke.
Cool.
This is when he was Luke Skywalker.
This when he was all right. Hey.
Yeah. He said, yeah, he about that life, but he ain't about that young girl life. So
yeah, he ain't about no children.
Yeah, he ain't never been accused of nothing like that. There ain't no way he would have got away with it. You know what I mean? No way.
You know what's gonna happen when Diddy come out. You ever seen The Simpsons with the Itchy and Scratchy show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's gonna be like this. This is how it's gonna sound. He fight. This is Diddy and Donald show.
Oh my God. This boy.
Diddy and Donald Trump.
Well.
Some of the most stupid. I still don't understand what's the reason for releasing the Martin Luther King files?
Because it's a distraction.
He needing something else to do, a distraction.
He's doing whatever can be done.
That would be a good distraction.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, that big beautiful bill shit that's going to kick in next year is going to fuck up. It's going that healthcare thing it's bad, man. Y'all better start eating right now. And I don't mean go eat right now. Start eating correctly right now because you're going to need it. It's about to be ugly. People, even people who have jobs, like the premiums, those insurance premiums going up, they going up like 20-something%. It's about to get nasty. So
we can't fuck with Obamacare.
Bless you too.
We can't fuck with Obamacare, so let's fuck it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, no, it's not even about that. He need to get this. The big beautiful bill is. The big beautiful bill is just the neck that that was me blowing my nose, Kim. I wasn't sneezing that time.
Okay.
So, the big beautiful bill is about that's just raw capitalism in the negative sense. You know, that's just about making some people rich that are already rich. But you know, this is a successful attempt to separate, to solidify the poor from the rich. Ain't gonna be no more middle. The middle is done. The middle is done. It's going to be the poor and the rich. And guess which one I'm going to fall under? Unless something dramatic happen within the next year. Look like I got 7 months to get it right. So I don't know. I'm hoping for a miracle. But the bill, no matter what happens with him or to him, the bill is in place.
Yeah.
And they're going to play it out.
Been approved and everything.
So, you know, we just going to have to, we're going to literally have to eat that. We're going to have to literally eat that. But on the flip side, who was I listening to? Let's see, that was Luke talking about Donald Trump.
It has something to do with, don't have nothing to do. It has something to do with nothing to do with what you're talking about. There's a I was kind of an asshole yesterday, I guess. I don't know. Somebody's mad at me because I told the truth.
Because you told the truth.
So the same way you're saying what you're saying, son, these are conversations we've all had often. Not just here on this platform, but even outside of the platform. These are things we've talked about for a minute. Especially since when he first came in office, these are discussions everyone has had about him and anything he would do. So when he started to run again the third time, these are discussions that went on where people were saying, if he gets in again, these are the problems you're going to have. In the same way you just said this now, it's going to get bad. So that means anybody with sense and eyeballs and ears at work know what we are leading up to. It's not even a question of it. Well, my play sister has this prophet pastor who put out this post on social media, and she sent it to me yesterday morning, and I just kind of hate this dude too. It made me respond in a negative way and kind of hurt her feelings, because he's saying, in prayer this morning, I saw that the United States is going to shut down and we're going to be in dire times and we're not going to be able to do blah, 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 or have blah, blah, blah. In November, it's really going to be trying for everyone. So get ready now and prepare, blah, blah, blah. And so everyone is saying, oh, he's a prophet. He prophesies this is going to come to pass. Da, 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 da. I'm like, well, everybody has been discussing this for a while. She's like, well, he prophesied it in 2023. I said, but everybody has been discussing this forever. And I was like, especially when it comes to the world, the United States shutting down, that's not new information. We have discussed that's bound to happen again because COVID has never gone anywhere. And everyone is still living their life. And even though they're not putting the numbers or the information out there, it's still affecting people. People are still going to the hospital. And most hospitals or medical facilities still require masks and gloves and hand sanitizer and all these things. They are still putting these things in motion. So it's not a shock that there's a chance we're going to shut down again. Not to mention, this guy has taken away everything we need to protect us, anything that gives us information. We have a rampant case of the measles going around the country, which should make anybody stop and think, like, what the fuck, the measles? So, like, measles? in 2025 or 20 anything measles. So this guy is not a fucking prophet. He's a liar. He's a scammer. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to stop there because there's more to it, but yeah, she's real pissed off.
The thing is, there's so much to this shit. And it's funny because Ballin' on the Budget said we worry too much about shit we can't control. And I just asked him what things are out of our control. Because if you can Mike Tyson somebody in the ring, then you will always be champion. Like Mike Tyson used to scare people from even wanting to fight him. So he defeated him without even really having to put in a lot of effort. That's why a lot of his matches were short rounds. But anybody who fought him for real, he always took him. It always took him into the later rounds if they didn't get caught with one. You know what I mean? So if you can scare a motherfucker from even thinking that they could possibly win at all, then you have knocked somebody out without throwing a punch. So when we say that things in the governmental things or whatever are out of our control, it's really kind of ridiculous. But you're feeding right into the plan that they want you to feed into, because they want you to just bow down and
shut the fuck up,
or pick a side
and give up,
or pick a side that they want you on, and so so you'll be good and complacent. What up, my man John Jeffries? What's good? What's good? Anyway, so yeah, so I don't really go for that can't control shit. Like, there are things that I can't control, like the way the wind blows and if it rains today or not, or how the tide comes in and goes out, and things like that. Natural things that deal with nature. Whether a tree or a plant grows or weeds grow near my plants and flowers. Yeah, those things I can't control. But things dealing with man-made things, yeah, I can find a way to control that the same way the person that created it is trying to control you. So I'm not going to ever be discouraged from speaking out about it or showing my discontent. This motherfucker gotta go by any means necessary. So if the thoughts have to come before the words, and the words have to come before the actions, so be it. But and
by the way, this prophet I'm speaking about, he is a Trump supporter.
I mean, it is what it is.
Which makes him even more disgusting.
It is what it is. But this Epstein thing is fucking up a lot of Trump base support. It may not be to the levels where we would like it to be, but it's definitely moving the needle. Shit is not where it was maybe 3-4 months ago. But Howard Stern, what's the name? Trump did a lot of interviews on the Howard Stern show for years and years and years. And now a lot of that shit is being reviewed and compared because of this Epstein shit. Because the shit that Donald Trump used to say on the show is crazy. You know what I mean?
The stuff he said about his daughter is crazy.
The shit he said about his daughter, Robin Quivers called him a predator, and he agreed. Yeah, I am one, right? Now you can blow all that shit off and say that that he's kidding, but there are two ways that bad guys tell the truth. Either under the influence of alcohol or substances, or in jest, in private. You know what I mean? So Donald Trump likes to talk, and he likes a lot of attention. So you put a camera in front of his face, and he's going to start talking. He can't help it, especially on a big stage where he knows a lot of people are listening. So a lot of that is coming to bite him in his ass. But what Howard Stern was saying He said, I don't hate Donald Trump, but I don't, I'm not fucking with him. You know what I mean? As the shit he's doing as a president, as a politician or whatever, unacceptable. And he said for all of y'all people, he said he don't hate Trump. He said I hate all of y'all who voted for him. Because y'all act like y'all don't see what who he is and what he is, especially if you listen to my show. But he said Donald Trump can't stand y'all. All y'all, the people who aren't rich or whatever, he can't stand you. He said go to Mar-a-Lago, see if you see anybody there that looks like you. You're not going to see anybody that looks like you. He doesn't associate or want to be in the presence of anybody who looks like you. It's all about name recognition. It's all about purple labels. It's all about A-list. If you're not falling under that category, then he doesn't want to have anything to do with you. Now, I mean, why would Howard Stern just say that? You know what I mean? Why?
He's saying that because he was about him before, but now where he drew the line now, he should have drew the line when he was on there talking about his daughter in a sexual way. That's when he should have drew the line.
Yeah, well, he wasn't. Listen. Howard Stern has been a shock jock for ever since he learned that shit. Ever since he learned that shit from Petey Green. But at least he had the conscience of mind to say no. My president can't do that. My president can't be that way. If anybody shouldn't be president, it shouldn't be him. Were you crazy? But look what happened. He said, I definitely didn't vote for him. And he said, he said, here it is. The president of the United States is tweeting about me and, 4 or 5 in the morning. Like, you don't have nothing to... He said what we would all say. You don't have nothing better to do? You don't have no presidential shit to worry about? But that, and people defend that dumb shit. Yeah, well, but look what he's doing over here and this policy and that. I'm like, give me a fucking break. Stop gaslighting me. You know what I mean? But
that's why people try to make excuses for what he said on Howard Stern when he said what he said. They were like, well, he's amongst, boys will be boys. He's amongst him and he's in that kind of show. That's why he said that, because he was in that kind of atmosphere. And I'm like, well, that's a lie, because he went on Oprah and said something equally repulsive. And her show at the time was not that type of show like Howard Stern. It was middle class white women. So they weren't having those kind of conversations that Howard Stern was having. But people spent so much time trying to cover and speak for him. And here he is on a show that had a better reputation, that was more, like I said, middle class white women, housewives. They were talking about the dish towels and what the movie of the week was. And here he is talking about his daughter. What he has in common with his daughter is sex. Like, weirdo.
Yo, that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. But now, the same people who tried to excuse that shit now have to submit to the fact, like, now this is all evidence. Before, it was just a way to make him look bad or whatever. But now, with his refusal...
When it fits their narrative, it's evidence.
Hey, this Epstein shit is fucking up the game. You know what I mean? He ran on this shit. All of those conspiracy theorists, whatever you want to call them, this is their red meat. So all of that Obama shit, don't nobody give a fuck about that right now. All of that Joe Biden shit, don't nobody give a fuck about that right now. You the president of the United States, and you the one who brought up this whole thing about the Epstein files, and you were saying that they need to be released because the truth needs to come out, and you need to drain the swamp and all of that. And now here you are, being very swampy. You are extremely swampy. So this is not going away. It's not going away. My man Oakland. Oakland, what's good?
What's going on, Oakland?
You said Brooklyn?
No, I said Oakland.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Oakland.
He's always been nasty. Even when he was having those pageants, he was nasty. But this is a country, and people don't want to admit it, but this is a country that's built on pedophilia, it's built on rape, it's built on molestation, it's built on all the negative things. That's why them are those people's forefathers. They are definitely not mine. They were pervs and nasty too. And he is the son of those forefathers, just like them.
Mm.
I don't know if he's the son of the forefather, but he damn sure was the son of German descent. And if anything got something to do with German descent, that's that Hitler shit.
This country was built on this trash nastiness. That's why they had a game show where a grown ass man was kissing on little girls, and it's weird.
Well, the
whole show was just grown ass kissing on little kids, nasty.
Yeah, well, the thing is when you believe, like Donald Trump believes, that your money is your power and it gives you the green light to do whatever you want to do. And unfortunately, people have enabled him to do that and feel that way, and they still do. But now the wheels are coming off. You know what I mean? The cog is not screwed in very well, and it's becoming a problem. It's becoming a real problem. And he can't make this shit go away. So he's doing everything to try to make everybody follow his lead and talk and think about only what he wants you to talk and think about, like he has been so successful with before. But I don't think he understood how important this is to his base. This is what they want. That's what he told them he was going to go on. He told them, we're going to get to the bottom of it. But he told them. But Kim, somebody like him forgets where he comes from. Like remember when he ran in 2016, he ran on putting up that border wall. He was not going to build that wall. He wasn't going to do it. Just like he was talking that shit about locking up Hillary Clinton and all of that. He wasn't going to do it. He just talks. As long as what he talks about gets him what he wants, he's good with it. He wasn't going to build that wall, but they pressured him like, yo, you got to build the wall. You got to at least look like you're building it and act like you're serious, because that's literally what you tapped into that racist shit and that separatist shit, and people want it. So you're going to have to follow through with it. That's the only reason he was building the wall. He wasn't going to do that shit. It was like, yeah, we talked about the wall, but come on. Man. I said that Mexico was going to pay for it. I can't get the motherfuckers to pay for that shit.
The Mexican president was like, watch. Watch and see if I don't.
Right? But all that grandstanding, that'd be like somebody who don't know you very well standing on the corner saying like, yo, I'm gonna punch him in the face as soon as I see him. Yo, you know what I mean? He running around here doing this, that, and the third, but he getting that punch in the face when he see me. Like, yo, you're gonna have to deliver on that. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to deliver on that. And he doesn't seem to understand that. This man,
I want him to go. He is involving himself with my state now. I'm sick of him and this governor. I'm ready for somebody to take them, give them the life that they're asking for, give them what life has for them, the universe. He is involving himself with this state, and the bitch has been wanting to come here, stay the fuck away from here. Right?
Yeah, Donald Trump impresses me as somebody.
Did y'all see the picture of they had a side-by-side comparison to the Evander Holyfield air after Mike Tyson bit him?
Yeah.
And Donald Trump where he supposed to got shot at.
The pretend shot.
Yeah.
I think as soon as it happened, it's his fake.
Ain't nothing like
As soon as I saw it, this is fake.
Ain't nothing like some ketchup, boy.
You got somebody spam in the chat.
Wait, he only did 3.
No.
You got more?
Yeah.
Oh.
Troy's right.
If he just keep on putting
Troy's right.
Okay. Yours was moving faster than mine was. All right.
I'm about 8 or 9 now.
Yeah. He started, he had to copy and paste faster. But yeah, when you believe that your money and your privilege, your money is your privilege and it's your power and nobody should be able to tell you to do anything or tell you how to do anything. You start believing that hype after a while. It's just like if you were, huh?
I said he believes it because they've given it to him. The Supreme Court and all these dumb people who voted him in because they're racist have given him this false sense of arrogance, this false sense that he can do whatever he wants to do. Because the reality is he's gonna keep doing stuff. And like with somebody who keeps shoplifting, you keep doing it because you're getting a rush. You keep doing it over and over and over till you can't stop. And then one day they hit your ass with something and you sitting in a jail cell looking ridiculous or you're dead.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen. He's going to keep, because he's getting a rush from it. And he has a false sense of, I can do whatever the hell I want to do and nothing is going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's going to catch up to him. That's what's going to happen. But it's going to catch up to him in a way he is not going to expect.
Well,
that's what I think it's going to
as
be.
long as he was doing whatever he was doing with grown women, I think he was going to be all right. But you start doing things with kids and the whole landscape gets different.
Yeah.
And this is something he going to have to deal with. He got to deal with it, Kim. This is something he got to deal with because it ain't going away. Motherfuckers is not going to stop calling for that shit till they get it. And it's going to come out. Those files are going to get released. And what he's going to do is he's going to try to release some other shit. He's going to try to release the Epstein files, not in its entirety. And it's going to keep this shit going. But he's already raised the level of suspicion with people way higher than the bar that he meant to set. It's going to get worse, a lot worse.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if one or two of the judges on the Supreme Court, they're not on that list as well.
Well, you know what I thought was interesting is that originally this list was supposed to be fraught with a bunch of liberals and Democrats and and all that shit. And all of the Democrats have voted for the release of these files. Now you can take that how you want, but every Democrat
he's back, son.
I got it. I got you. He gonna keep coming through. He persistent. Yoda the Hutt says people from the left and the right were going to that island. They all guilty.
That.
Yeah. So
they're all still politicians at the end of the day.
But here's the thing: the people from the left never threatened or said that they were going to release the files. Guess who did?
Yeah.
Something you got to deal with. He called for it. He literally ran on this shit. He called for it. And now look. Oh, shit.
I don't know what he expected different, though. It's like, well, what did you think different was going to happen, sir? What did you think you were not going to be a part of this? What did you That just shows how much of an idiot he is. Like, you literally total yourself. And now you want to redact it? Too late. Too late.
When you think that you're smarter than everybody else, you think that this is going to win. This is going to work.
Yeah.
They are too stupid to see what I'm doing because I'm so much smarter than they are.
Where's the ladies? Remember the women who were saying he can grab me by the pussy? Where are them women at? You don't hear them saying none of that anymore.
They're not getting a chance to say it on camera. There are plenty of women who will let him grab him by the pussy.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the truth. I remember when
Melania, she can come out with her information and clean it up, and she just made it even worse.
Yeah.
He didn't learn to shut up and sit in the background.
He reminds me about the person he reminds me of is Frank Rizzo. You know, he reminds me so much of Frank Rizzo. And then when Frank Rizzo was getting ready to run for mayor again, you know what happened to him, right, son?
Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Karma's a motherfucker, man.
Well, what happened? I don't know.
Well, he died.
Yeah.
Oh.
He died before he could run for mayor. Fucked up part is that I don't know. I said something about that. I was like, well, I hope this motherfucker died, man. I can't stand this racist bastard.
You know, it's funny.
Frank Rizzo.
You know, it's funny to hear you say that you didn't like Frank Rizzo because, man, them South Philly black people used to always be like, oh, yeah, Rizzo was this and Rizzo. I used to be like, y'all some cooning ass fucking Italian bootlicking bastards.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I used to have against niggas in South Philly. I used to be like, y'all motherfuckers part of the problem. Y'all so happy to be around that Italian shit. The fuck out of here. You big mama parade going to ass fucking coons. I used to hate that shit. What the fuck out of here.
I hate it. One thing about it, it's all fun and games until your fucking brother or somebody in your family is getting beat up by the cops. All right, in the jail because of the way he was running the police department before he became mayor the first time. That's the main, it fucks me up because that's the main reason why the situation with Move started was because of the racism towards them. And it also fucks me up that, the city they never apologized. And it fucks me up how this city now, all these years they was talking about the reason why they blew up the bunker because you were never allowed to build anything on top of a roof. Now you walk through these new houses in fucking Philly and that's all you see is rooftop balconies.
Yeah, but you had to have a zone in order to build them.
Yeah, well, the reason why, why they building them now, right?
Yeah, of course. But here's the thing. Move wasn't a black organization. I didn't know that back in the day. And even if they was, them niggas was dirty. They was dirty and they was nasty as shit. I'm not saying that they should have been bombed because that shouldn't happen to anybody. But them motherfuckers was bad for your neighborhood. I would hate to have somebody like that on my block. For real. Like they was some nasty ass motherfucker. They had goats and shit. And they believed that all animals should live, including bugs, including in everything. That shit was nasty. And when and after the fire, some people that lived on my mom's block, guess who they was family with? Move. Now you know back in 85, anybody you saw with dreads, you was looking at them real sideways, like, yo, we wasn't thinking Rastafarian or none of that shit. We was thinking straight Move. But they really was Move. And they was some of the
Yeah, it takes me out because I still remember when they had that shootout down in Bartram Village, and that cop James Trapp or whatever his name was got killed.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember looking at that motherfucking shit on Channel 6 News.
Fucking Ramona Africa. I had Ramona Africa on my show with my dad. And that's when I found out that MOVE wasn't a black organization. I was like, say what? She was like, no, it wasn't a black organization. Anybody could join MOVE. I said, what? Do you realize that all of these years, people been advocating for y'all, taking up for y'all, defending y'all, because everybody thought that it was a black organization. She said, well, it wasn't. We were just, we talked about organic food. We talked about living off the land. We talked about, blah, blah. I was like, oh.
Y'all talk washing your ass?
Yo, they was nasty as shit, yo. For real. And Osage wasn't no dirty block. You know what I mean? That shit was close to the park. And, how houses are that are close to the park. They always nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And them motherfuckers moved in there. They on a loudspeaker all night and all. And once again, I'm not saying that they should have been bombed. They shouldn't have been. But I bet you ain't want them to move next door to you. I bet you wasn't putting up with that shit. You was gonna have you would have been calling the cops or doing something. You was gonna take care of that situation because that shit. The kids used to be running around butt naked up and down the street. Like, yo, why these kids don't have no clothes? Somebody getting paid in this thing. Yeah, it was nasty. It was nasty, and it's crazy because that was officially. It was schnasty. It was schnasty, you know what I mean?
A new word.
And that's it's officially 40 years this year that shit happened. And what it happened like May something, 1985. So yeah, that was a hot summer to say the least. A lot of shit going on.
Drop the bomb on the bunker. Still remember that shit.
John Jeffrey, he says shit got wild in Philly, especially my neighborhood back in the day. So he must have lived around there in West Philly. You know what I mean? That's
not to jump back and forth, but somebody in the chat said, a two-party system never works. It's not the two-party system. It's people, Democrats or Republicans holding each other accountable, and the public holding people accountable. It's not the system. It's the people within the system that's not holding people accountable. You know what I mean? And that's the fucked up part.
Oh, you live.
I'm a Democrat, and if Donald Trump was a Democratic president, I would hold them wholeheartedly accountable. I'm not going to sit up here and kiss his ass. There's no way in the world I can do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with the motherfucking politics, accountability. And if you know that you fucked up, you done fucked up in politics where so you got that dirty money. Of course you ain't gonna say shit. Nancy Pelosi, you barely hear her talk.
Mm-hmm.
You barely hear Chuck Schumer talk. When Jeffries talk, he really don't say much of anything.
This book or neither one of them.
Yeah, none of them really say much of anything because they scared. I think I said that to you in the beginning of the year, son, when we was talking about. I said they are scared to speak because look what he's doing. Look what he's trying to do to fucking Barack Obama.
Yeah,
but they couldn't talk bad about the people who are talking loud and saying something. Because everybody got something negative to say about AOC, Bernie, and Jasmine Crockett.
Yes, they don't always. It's not. But see, having something to say negative is not the problem. It's getting the FBI or the DOJ to investigate certain situations that within them. That's the problem. That's what they're scared of. You can say whatever you want to say about them. You know. And Jasmine must be the only one that don't have her hand in a cookie jar because she's the only mainly the most outspoken. Her, Bernie, like, man, I'm an old fucking man. I ain't. Huh?
Her, Bernie, and AOC, and
right.
I can't think of the other lady's name with the bald head.
I know you're talking about the Muslim lady.
I can't think of her name. No, she's not Muslim.
No, she's not Muslim.
No, but it is one. There's one that has glasses on that's Muslim.
No, she's talking about the brown skin
bald
head chick. Yeah, she kind of fly.
Yeah, fresh to death.
For a bald head.
You stupid. She should look like Missy Elliott in the She's a Bitch video.
No, because she married. You know, she like men.
Oh, Missy?
No. Missy does not like
men.
We're
talking about.
Missy is Mr. when it comes to women.
Missy is Mr.
She is definitely. Yeah, I mean, shit. She writes songs good, man. Anyway.
Ayanna Presley, that's her name. Ayanna Presley.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's the one.
You had this other topic about the NFL and Jerry Jones.
Oh yeah, Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. By the way, y'all, hit that like button. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I appreciate it. All right, so Jerry Jones is mad at the Cowboys. I'm telling you, man, the Eagles winning this Super Bowl done fucked up shit in the NFC. They done fucked up shit in the NFC. Because you gotta think, not a whole lot of NFC teams have won Super Bowls in the 2000s. Not a whole lot of them. What we got? We got the Giants won 2. Tampa Bay won 2. Then you got the Seahawks. You got Seattle. They won 1, went to 2. The Eagles won 2. I said the Giants, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and the Rams won.
Yeah, they did.
1 or 2. I think the Rams won 2.
They won 1.
No, they won 1 when they was the greatest show on turf, and then they won again with Matthew Stafford.
Was that in the 2000s?
Yeah, they just made it into the 2000s. Yeah, it was definitely the 2000s. It was in the beginning. It was in the beginning because they won the Super Bowl the first year, went back to back.
Yeah, and then they lost to New England.
And remember, they beat us in the NFC Championship to go to that Super Bowl. We really had them beat. The Eagles had them beat. They just couldn't get over that hump. We ain't know we was gonna go through another 4 years of that shit.
That defense, boy. Mm-hmm. That's one thing about it. Everybody want to sit back here and say everything about. Well, let's say everything about Donovan McNabb and this, that, and the other. I'm a firm believer of it. Football is a team sport. It's a team sport. If he gives you 24 or 28 points, you got to keep him under 24 or 28 points.
Oakland talking about some Raiders. They ain't win shit in no 2000s. They ain't win no fuck.
They did win something in the 2000s on Madden.
About to say what? They ain't win.
I said on Madden.
Yeah, but you know, like I said, the NFC has not They ain't won those, it ain't like it was in the 90s. The 90s NFC ran shit. The AFC couldn't win shit. But in the 2000s, AFC been running shit. So Jerry Jones was talking about, he just straight went in without saying names on Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott. He talked about, the quarterback is the highest paid, or he said the highest paid player in the NFL. Who's that? It's only one person. And he was he said about Michael Parsons, he said even if you sign a player, that it doesn't mean that he's going to play. He said, one of our players missed 6 games last year.
Oh, my Michael.
And it was really, he only really missed 4. But bottom line is, shit getting dark over there. It's getting dark over there.
It's not like throwing your players under the bus for.
Hey, he like, look, I'm in my 80s. I'm trying to see another Super Bowl before I close my eyes for the last time, and y'all fucking it up. Now, sure, he's been in his own way, but I hope it stays exactly the way it is, because I like it. When they can't win playoff games, that's like, that makes the flowers grow. That makes the trees blossom. That makes healthy children. When the Cowboys won those Super Bowls back in the 90s, look at the poverty and despair that was going on in our communities. You know what I mean? Autism was at an all-time high. I'm saying, when the Cowboys won the last Super Bowl in what was it, the 95 season, and they played in 96, 1/3 of all babies was born with one eye.
Shit, Cross Colors was the #1 clothing line.
So,
and let me tell you one more thing. You also can do what you want to do and live in color.
yeah. So he's going in on his players and basically going in on his organization. Now, it doesn't sound like the smartest thing to do, and some people consider him to just be telling the truth. But it's ugly. It's hugely. But don't worry about it, Oakland. The Raiders ain't winning no Super Bowl they ain't gonna win a Super Bowl till 1980 come back.
Marcus Allen playing for him?
They need Bo Jackson. Fuck Marcus Allen. You know what I mean? So
only way the Raiders will win another Super Bowl is when Lyle Dado come back from the dead.
Dave Casper. You know what I mean? Them motherfuckers ain't with it's.
Hey, Kelms, we ain't gonna let you get away. We know y'all Indianapolis Colts won a Super Bowl.
I don't care nothing about the NFL anymore. I haven't for a long time.
How come?
I just don't. I don't give a fuck about the NBA, the NFL, the MLB, none of them.
Well, y'all play good. Y'all basketball team played good this year.
Hey, I don't care.
Well,
all right, Mike Epstein. Mike Epstein is doing good.
I definitely don't give a fuck about him.
What about 2100 Jackson Street?
I mean, okay.
Okay, all right. We agree on that. 2100 Jackson Street.
I heard that shit yesterday.
What you did?
I did. I heard that shit just yesterday. Like,
I don't have to get off the line. I heart. You shut up. And no.
Fucking Oakland. You talk about Raiders. They always in Las Vegas. They was the Oakland Raiders, then the LA Raiders, then the Oakland Raiders, now they the Las Vegas Raiders.
Mm-hmm. Kim can talk all she want. When the Colts was winning, when they won that Super Bowl, she was talking heavy.
Well, then I cared about sports then. I cared about our teams then. But a lot of things have happened since that I don't give a damn about our teams anymore because I don't think they, I just don't think they support the way they should. That's just my opinion. You know,
community watch. You talking about community watch?
Yes, they don't mind getting paid and getting all the dollars for and getting the highest paid salaries. But when it comes like right now, what this idiot box of waste of human oxygen is trying to do to the NCAA players, I think everyone should just at one time say, well, fuck it, we won't play. Because then without them, without the members playing, without the teammates playing, then you don't have a team and you don't have a contest. You don't have any activity. So then those big pockets lose their money because he's trying to make it where these kids don't get paid. Well, I think the big league the big players need to come out and support that too, because some of them come from that background. Some of them come from that history, and they're not going to do that because they're worried about their bottom line, and that's their paycheck. And I want to say I get it, but I fucking don't.
Oh.
So there's that. I think as a unit, here's my take on all of it. If everybody decided at one time in different sectors to say, today we're not going to do shit, that would change the narrative to a lot of things. That's my opinion. Will it cripple the economy? Of course it would. But it would make those people whose pockets are lined beautifully stop and look at this orange waste of oxygen and say, look here, you are fucking it up for us too. You got to do something different. Your ass got to go. Just that simple.
Heavy. Deep.
Yeah, you showing us. Now we there now. now I'm more understand why you feel the way you feel.
Yeah.
The bull balling on the budget said LA Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders.
I don't know. I guess I look at it like
Get that shit in sharp shit.
Bluetooth disconnected.
I guess I look at it like everybody got to do their job. And I don't know if it's like sports is sports. You know, I mean, we've been having the conversation about how teachers don't get paid enough and firemen and policemen, they don't get paid enough. Personally, I think they all get paid enough.
Teachers don't get paid enough.
It depends on what kind of teacher you're talking about, what district, and you know what the like teachers. Because if you are a teacher that just has a bachelor's degree, no, you're not going to get paid like that. So just like any other job, you know, an entry level position is an entry level position. A teacher that only has a bachelor's degree is an entry level teacher. So I mean, what do they expect to get paid?
But the thing is, we have to have those entry level teachers to teach some of the kids in public school system. That's the thing about it.
And we do.
And I have so much respect for them, but they don't get paid shit. They don't get treated like shit. And what this idiot box is getting ready to do now is making it even harder for them. Now, and I just don't think it's right.
Now,
you know.
Wait. Now, what's the annual teacher salary in your state?
For our public school system, I want to say 51. I believe it's 51, maybe.
That's the average?
It depends on what school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They don't make a lot of money because some of these teachers I know my one friend who used to be a teacher until it just was too much for her. I think her annual salary was like 42.
Mm-hmm.
And she spent a lot of money herself on supplies for her classroom.
Now, I don't think you should have to do that, but
they shouldn't have to, but they do to make sure our kids have. And it's just a different level. I don't know. I don't want to get off into it because I'm going to be pissed off. So,
well, I know this. They're good teachers, and then they're just teachers. And there's
some trash ones. You can say that.
I know that there are.
There's some teachers
I know. Listen. I've been in classrooms with some of the teachers that wasn't shit. I've definitely been in schools where some of the teachers wasn't shit, and they were just, status quo teachers where they were just trying to pick up the check. They appreciated not having to work in the summer and having every holiday off and all of that shit. It was a good look. A lot of people believe that teachers choose that position, that profession because they don't really want to grow up in the first place. And what makes you be able to go to school for the rest of your life like being a teacher? You literally do that for a living. So I mean, I get it, but I just hate it. I hate it when they compare the salary of a teacher or some other public worker to like entertainment. Because I'm like, you sell tickets in entertainment. I don't know if they sell. I've never seen nobody lining up, to take algebra. But when that happens, then they'll be able to command the same kind of salary as athletes or anybody else in entertainment or sports. It's not that I don't think that teachers should make more money. It's just that I think that they need to stop comparing it to other people or other things that make way more money that you're going to still support making that money. Like you can say that, an athlete shouldn't make more than a teacher, but here your ass is either watching it on TV or at the stadium.
And that's why I don't.
I'm just saying. There are a lot of people who do. And you're not wrong for doing it. You know what I mean? It's just they're comparing it to the wrong thing. Now, if they said something like teachers should get paid as much as executives that work for the city or state, now we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what they ever say. If you said that teachers should get paid as much as other salaried employees that work in the that working in for city or government, no argument for me. Not at all.
I think teachers should get paid more, but I also think teachers should be as respected as some of these athletes. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of respect for LeBron James and little respect for the teacher who's teaching the children who are watching LeBron James. So that's where I'm different about it. Like, I do believe teachers need to get paid more, but I also believe they need to have the same respect, or at least a different level of respect. Like we respect, people respect a lot of these athletes who are garbage. Like, what was the guy's name who beat up the girlfriend in the, God, I know his name, it's on the tip of my tongue. He is not my favorite person on the planet at all. He beat up his girlfriend in the elevator.
Ray Rice.
Ray Rice.
Yeah, Ray Rice. But everybody, they still let him walk with that and let it ride. And everybody, that was in the past and all this kind of shit. But you got teachers who are out here teaching these children who are, who don't want to listen, who don't want to follow instructions, or they're having a tough time. And because there are some people who just want to be teachers and they accept the low pay because they just want to be teachers. And those are the ones who come in and really try to help the children who are having a hard time, and they get no respect. So,
I know we got 5 more minutes left, but we have an issue. We have another topic we have to discuss.
Just make sure it don't take longer than 5 minutes.
Well, the topic of the police officers down in Jacksonville. You didn't hear about that?
The one that broke out the glass.
Broke out the glass, punched the ball in the face. You didn't hear about that stuff?
No, I ain't hear about that.
Man.
But I did hear about them breaking out the windows in Max's and the Eagle Bar last night. Shit is crazy.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah, that shit wild. Yeah, it's bad over there.
The police did it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Somebody that made somebody mad. But I don't think, I doubt if they was open for business today.
No, this is another situation where the police are taking it, misusing their authority once again.
Okay.
It was daytime. Listen to this shit. It was daytime. The bull pulled up. The cop pulled the bull over. The reason why he pulled him over is because he didn't have his lights on during inclement weather. It wasn't raining, and it was daytime.
It's 4:00 in the afternoon.
4:00 in the afternoon. The guy said, "Excuse me, sir, there's an overabundance of people that don't have no lights on in their car." So he pretty much asked him for his license and registration. So he asked him, "What did he do? What did he do?" So he closed his door. He asked for a white shirt. He said, "Can I get a sergeant, please?" He asked him 4 or 5 times. He said, "Well, if you resist arrest, we're gonna bust your window." He kept asking for a sergeant. They didn't call a sergeant. They bust the window out. One cop bust the window out, and the other cop punched him in the mouth. Pulled him out the car. Pushed his feet. They tried to make like he was resisting arrest. So I guess their camera, the audio on their camera can't hear it. He wasn't resisting arrest at all. He had about 9 stitches in his mouth. His tooth came through his lip. He had about 9 stitches in his mouth. This shit happened all the way in February. He just posted it today. He said because he had post-traumatic stress disorder from it, he really didn't know if he wanted to post it.
Okay.
So yeah, that shit was deep.
And now they're saying it's an investigation. It's an investigation.
The charges. They didn't press charges against the cops. They got the one cop that punched him in the face on administration leave until the investigation over, but they didn't press charges against the cops.
But Ben Crump has jumped into the chat now.
Oh God.
Yeah. Ben Crump and his other lawyer, the other lawyer boy jumped in. So once he get involved, we hopefully something can happen. But the only thing I ever seen happen with Ben Crump was Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia. That's the only one I ever heard of him really winning. Oh,
and they just moved on something with Breonna Taylor. They just moved on something with her.
Yeah.
I think what he got, 33 months or something like that.
That's not even
bullshit.
enough.
Yeah, some bullshit.
That's not even enough. It takes me out because, and this is the thing that's bothersome about our people.
You got 2 minutes.
Huh?
You got 2 minutes.
Who does the cops do something to us? Everybody want to come to the forefront. And yet, these young people are killing each other. And it's not like in Philly, they sit back and they say, the murder rate is down. It's not the fact that the murder rate is down. It's the fact that the people that's getting killed are younger. So people don't understand that. And this is in other cities too. So when these young people are killing each other, they don't know that they're killing away ancestors. They're killing away generations.
Yeah, they definitely don't recognize that.
They don't recognize that this is generational killing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the most hurtful thing. So the news can sit back and spill, well, crime is down. No, the fuck is not.
Well, it all depends on what crime they talking about. There's more crime than violent crime. So they may be right on the crime front. Still may be incorrect as far as violent crime is concerned.
That's true. Well, we both agree. Me and you can both agree that these murders, these people that's getting killed in the city of Philadelphia, I say about a good 65% of them.
I agree. I do agree. I agree that we got to end the show.
Oh, your boy. One more thing. Oakland said something about the Sixers. We don't have a basketball team.
All right, I just want to say everybody, it's a heat wave coming through. Stay safe, stay hydrated, stay cool as much as you can.
A heat wave. Now they were saying that it's going that we in for oh shit, it sure is not mine. Now they were saying that we was gonna have some days where you could just open the window. Evidently,
triple digits coming in across the country.
Evidently, that went out the window.
Mm-hmm. So everybody just stay safe. You know, the grids may go down, so just try to keep everything you can cool so you be prepared.
Everything would be so cool and wonderful if they had air conditioning systems for the balls, and we would be so cool, man.
Okay, so let's do this poll before I let y'all go. Which of these things surprised you or held your attention the most on this Monday? Damn allergies. The death of Malcolm Jamal Warner, 67%. Jerry Jones comments about players, 0. Don't nobody give a fuck about that shit. 46 votes, nobody give a fuck about that shit. Trump releasing the MLK files, 26%. Getting closer to the Epstein files, 7%. Well, there you have it. That's what our listening base is focused on.
Don't give two shits about the Cowboys.
Like not at all. Not at all. Like yo, a lot of channels may have Cowboys fans. Evidently not this one tonight. Not a one. All right, I want to thank y'all for calling in, man. I appreciate y'all. We getting off to a good start of the week. I hope y'all it gets even better for y'all going into Tuesday and beyond. So y'all have a good night or good morning or both. Stay safe. I see y'all at the bar.
Don't forget to come up with that music. Don't forget to come up with that music show.
Oh, I got you. Oh, I that's taken care of. Y'all get y'all email tomorrow.
All right, brother.
All right. Peace, everybody.
All right. All right, y'all. We have some birthday shout-outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious July 21st, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. Wait a minute. Let me make sure this thing is right because this list looks a little suspect to me. So I just want to make sure that we good. So I had to refresh my feed. Okay. Oh, it was right. No, it wasn't. I knew so. Wait a minute. It was right. Wait a minute. All right. Number one out the box. Dana Harris and also Jasmine Gunter and my girl Brooklyn Nyla, who's ironically from Texas, and Phyllis Smith, Beatrice Masui Malobe, my man comedian Mike Worm, Jacqueline Miles, and last but not least, comedian Kareem Green. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious July 21st, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, to rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, listen, we covered some random topics tonight. We don't normally do that. You know, we sort of punched around a little bit, had a little shoot around. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Maybe we'll try it again one day when we have a day where there are a lot of topics and we have to spread the ball around a little bit. Sorry about my allergies. I want to thank all of y'all for coming through. Prayers for Snoopsy, the dog named Snoopsy, and also the family and fans of Malcolm Jamal Warner. Real sorry that happened to you. Hopefully you're in a better place. And those who believe are faithful that you are in a better place. We still down here and we miss you being right here with us. So with that being said, man, thank all of y'all for coming through. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night with another Daily Go Getimism show. So make sure y'all come on through. Come on through. Come on through. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, y'all have a good night. It's either time to go to bed or time to go to work. Peace.